The term mental health is defined as our emotional, psychological and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel and act. In 2021, Tackling Minds was successful in its campaign for angling to be recognised as an official social prescribing activity on the NHS. I've come down to sunny Rochdale in Greater Manchester to help capture a day in the life of this incredible community interest company. The lake is part of Rochdale and District Angling Club and offers plenty of opportunity to catch. It's an early start for the team as they prepare for the first group, Army Veterans Healthier Heroes. Today isn't only about the participants, but it's also an open day for volunteers to observe and learn about the programme. The support of volunteers is fundamental to maintaining these sessions. Once the prep is done, we get on with the fishing. Each session is split into groups with an angling coach or volunteer to help learn the art of angling. Oh, and for those that are squeamish about handling maggots, well, there's always somebody on hand. Attention levels are at their peak, and you can definitely see the calming effect of this wonderful pastime. The charity draws a number of high-profile supporters, including this guy, Hassan Khan. Fishing is all about patience, and for those that wait or bait, receive the rewards. I think the face says it all. The benefits of an experience like this far outweigh the necessity to catch, but it definitely is a bonus. These sessions are not just about being at one with nature, but with friends and colleagues too. Which leads us nicely into a quick catch-up with the founder and director of Tackling Minds, David Lyons.
Thank you for my invite to sunny Rochdale, mate, and a Tackling Mind session. I've really enjoyed it, mate. You've been well? You've been good?
I have, mate, yeah. It's great to have you back as well.
Mate, anytime. I need to get down
nice
more. It's been a while since I've been here.
Yeah.
Obviously, as an organisation, you do loads and loads of good work, but it's definitely these sessions come on, even in the brief time that I've been helping with you, mate. Talk to me about what Tackling Minds looks like now with regards to a whole picture, mate.
Yeah, you know, so much is going on, what people don't see. You know, people see the work on the bank, but in terms of the back office and what's going on to sort of solidify Tackle Minds and making it into a stronger organisation, more structured. There's a lot more policies, procedures, systems in place, which is not really my cup of tea, so to speak. But yeah, it's just all being built, the right infrastructure to move forward to ideally support as many people as possible.
That's pretty cool, mate, 'cause it's come from your journey and everything that you've been through to sort of where it is now, which is a big time organisation. In terms of the people you see on the bank, talk to me about the type of people you have contact with, what you've seen in terms of that type of person and the benefits they've had from coming away from these sessions.
Yeah, I mean, today is a prime example of the type of session, what you've seen. You know, it's the diverse range of people, from kids, you know, up to the ages of 12, to army veterans, now to people with drug and alcohol, in recovery from drug and alcohol. It's, you know, the benefits from each and every group is so different from one group to the next. You know, especially like, for instance, like the drug and alcohol group, just like myself, very similar story to myself, background to myself is, it's giving people something to focus on that, whereas I found I became a bit of a recluse, I weren't going outside. These guys have now got the opportunity to go outside, learn a hobby, learn a new skill, be around people in a similar background, so to speak, like myself and other people, and just socialise, interact and get the benefits of nature.
I think it's been great for everyone, even the volunteers that are sort of involved as well, mate. You see a smile on their face when somebody's catching and just generally being outside. From the age range and the type of people that you've seen there, would you say that they're generally sort of all newcomers to angling, or has there been any experienced anglers within those groups of people?
Yeah, it's a mixed bag really. You get a bit of both. I'd say 90% of the time it's people that are new to angling, so it's the first time you are teaching them basic fundamentals. But like I say, that 10% of other people tend to come down and say they are anglers, but you find that they've not got really much experience, to be honest. So
I've seen a couple of lads taking them down and done a bit of carp fishing, so there's definitely a bit of a range, isn't there?
Massively, and you can see how eager they are. It was great. A few people recognised yourself as well, mate. That was
some Crime Watch on the telly.
I know. I didn't want to say, but
No, but it's been really good. Moving forward as an organisation, your plan obviously is to sort of spread the benefits you've had from fishing across a wider spectrum of people. How are you going to do that, mate? How are you going to sort of scale up?
Yeah, again, a good question on. It's a matter of solidifying what we're doing within the Greater Manchester area at the minute. It's all right, what you see, it looks on the outset, it looks like we're doing things 100%. There's still a lot of improvements to make, not only on the back, but what we're doing in the background with things as well. So when we sort of solidify, bang down what we're doing here in Greater Manchester, we will look at working elsewhere. The demand is ridiculous as well, so it has to happen, it will happen, and we have got that support to be able to do that now.
With the sun beaming down and springtime definitely in the air, the volunteers prepare for their next group. And as an observer, I get to see firsthand just how these sessions are orchestrated. Each group is accompanied by a contracting organisation's assessor who monitor and record their people's progress throughout the series of sessions. We sit down with Scott Sarsfield.
What's your official job role here, Scott?
Yes, so basically I've brought these lads. So I brought Daniel and Jeremy from Prospect Place. And what I'll do then is, once I come here, the volunteers take over then.
Okay.
So then they'll each get a set of volunteer. They'll sit down with that volunteer. The volunteer will set them up with some fishing gear and then off they fish.
And the people that you take, you've referenced Dan there in terms of the lads you've taken, they come from what type of sort of setting to this session, mate?
Right, they come from a low secure unit.
Okay. So you're looking at them getting out from that unit and accessing a bit of
What I'm trying to do with these lads is hopefully they'll learn some skills.
Yeah.
And these three lads that I brought never fished before.
Yeah.
So it's great to see you actually trying to fish. Now, I've seen a progression over 12 months where they wouldn't even touch a fish. They were frightened to death of the fish. They caught a fish, they wouldn't even touch it. Now they're grabbing hold of it, they're taking pictures of it, and they're getting some self-achievement out of it. But what I want also is for these lads, once they do move on and get discharged, is that they can actually take this hobby up themselves, and then they can actually probably go out and do the fishing themselves.
For them, obviously we've got the skills set that we talked about and the benefits of that, being able to handle fish, being able to angle.
Yeah.
In terms of them, because you spend a lot of time with them and you're constantly assessing them, as you say, what benefits have you seen from this type of session?
I've seen loads of benefits. I've seen now they look forward to this group. They'll be up and ready prior to me going round on the water to get them.
Yeah.
So that's a big benefit, you know what I mean? When we do get here, they talk about it on the way here, they're buzzing. They're really looking forward to it, especially when the weather's like this. And also it's about them meeting other people and talking to the volunteers. So I stand back and let them talk. And the volunteers, I mean, they're really good at understanding and things like that. So basically I sit back, just watch them talking away, but it's also been part of a group as well, you know what I mean? And then these lads will go back and they'll talk to their friends on the wards and they'll say, listen, I caught this, they'll take the photographs back of what they've caught. They'll show the family what they've caught, you know what I mean? So it just goes from there, you see? So, and it's good to see them, the concentration. You know, it's difficult, because I mean, my concentration is no good, you know what I mean? I can't concentrate for more than 2 minutes. But these lads can sit there for an hour and a half to 2 hours. You know what I mean?
Quite happily as well.
Quite happily sit there in the sun, talking to the volunteers. So it's good to see. And I can see the progression over the 12 months, because like these 3 lads have been coming now for 12 months, and I can see how they've come along with the fishing, the confidence when they come here. They're talking straight away. Before they'd sit back, they would watch, but now they're getting in there, they're sitting down, they're talking, they're catching fish, they're hooking them and putting them back.
As the day progresses and as group number 3 roll up, the fishing is in full swing. Tackling Minds supports all demographic, be it men, women, old and young. Everyone is welcome. And this afternoon, it's the turn of the youngsters. 6 teenagers may sound like hard work, but not for these guys, especially in this environment. For those of us who remember the first time when they went fishing, this brings back a lot of good memories. As anglers, water therapy is intrinsic to us, and for the potential next generations of angler, the right education is so important. The group's first focus is obviously mental health, but there's also support in learning angling etiquette, technique and appreciation. We've met some wonderful people today who have shared their experiences with us, including Paul, a participant and now a volunteer.
Paul, mate, pleasure to meet you. You're one of the volunteers, aren't you,
Yes,
mate?
I am, yeah. Yes.
How are you? Having a good day?
But yeah, I'm having a good day, yeah. Getting out on the lake, so always a good day.
They say it's never sunny up north, don't they, mate? Look at it. Beaming sunshine in Rochdale. A little bit about you, mate. Obviously, there's a story with everybody that comes and volunteers, some more elaborate and detailed than others. But for you personally, your story and how you came to get involved with Tackling Minds.
Over the last few years, my alcohol and drug addiction was getting progressively worse. And I was in a lot of shame and guilt, and I didn't want to tell anybody what I was doing, because I didn't really like who I'd become. Okay. And I didn't know how to get out of it. And then in September, I wanted to take my own life because it had just got that bad. Everybody had found out, and I couldn't live with the shame of it. I went into rehab for a month and did 28 days in there, and just thought there must be a new way to live. And I couldn't see happiness without drink or drugs before. That was what I was always looking forward to, the weekend or to the next time I could basically use. And it just became a thing that I was doing every day for a long time. I went into rehab in September, and then in October somebody mentioned Tackling Minds, and in my youth I was a fisherman, and in the last few years one of my friends noticed I had a problem and got me back out on the lake, and I started carping with him and started getting back into that, and that's probably the only thing I was getting better at in my life was fishing. Yeah. Everything else was getting worse. But what I was doing was I would go away for 2 days with him, and I just enjoy being away from my phone and nobody else to bother me, and it would give me peace of mind. When I was in rehab, all I could do was thinking about coming out and get catfishing again.
Yeah?
That's all I wanted to do. I couldn't wait till I could get out and fish. So when I found out about Tackling Minds, and there was I was only living in Littleborough, so it's quite local. When I found out it was local, I thought I'll go down and give it a go. And I came down in October, I think it was, and every Tuesday. And I started to meet some of the other volunteers and just share some time with somebody else, you know what I mean, and get to know their story and share my story, because I kept using and kept doing things because I was ashamed of who I was, and I'm not ashamed anymore. I'm proud I'm in recovery. 221 days sober and clean, and
that's brilliant.
And fishing's a major part of that now. For getting out in the nature, I made myself a member of Limb Angling, and even if you don't catch, we're there for 2 days. There's always something to do when you're fishing, whether you're watching the water, you're moving pegs, changing bait, changing tactics, spodding out, whatever. There's always something extra that you can be doing to try and catch. And if you don't, you're out in nature, you'll see the swans and the geese and the birds, and hopefully you catch. But if you don't, it's not the end of the world. But Tackling Minds has been a big part of my recovery. Because every week I knew that I was going fishing and I had something to look forward to. Because for so long I didn't look forward to anything. I was just dreading the day that everybody found out, and I didn't need to do that. Obviously, in the last 6 months, my mental health has just got a lot better. I've gone back to work full time.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Fish when I can. And obviously, if I do get my Tuesday off, then I come down and see these guys and just let them know that I'm still doing well, but also to try and catch myself some fish.
Mate, it's brilliant, and thank you for being so open about everything that's gone on, because obviously that, I'm guessing there'll be other people that have been in similar positions or maybe in those sort of positions now. For you, obviously this has been an integral part of that and fishing as a whole. You talked about the benefits of being outside, you talked about the whole aspects of sort of even the social integration with your mates when you go for 2 days. Somebody who is potentially struggling or is feeling maybe that their mental health is suffering, what would you give them as an advice in terms of getting into fishing or trying to get outside? Because that's the hard part, isn't it? It's sort of getting your foot in the door to go to a session. How would you go about doing that, mate? I
think for anybody who's in the situation that I was in, the anxiety levels are quite high.
Yeah.
And making that first step of connecting with somebody and getting out there, when you come here, it's very easy because we've experienced fishermen, that can help you. And once you've been once and you've got to know somebody, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Obviously, being out in nature, it just kind of relaxes your mind. Even today I was watching the trees just blowing. You know what I mean? And I liked, when I was coming in the winter, I was watching. There was no leaves on there, and you're seeing the leaves come out and things like that. My advice would be just try and connect to people, and this is a good place to connect.
Yeah.
Where you can actually speak to experienced fishermen and also have a laugh when you're here. It's very easy going. There's no pressure.
Yeah.
You can fish for half an hour. You can stop. You can have a walk round. You can do what you want. It's very relaxed and it's very friendly atmosphere. And I'd really recommend it to anybody who is struggling mentally. Give getting out in nature, walking, or give fishing a go, because it's really helped me.
And also nowadays the beauty is social media, every contact point is at the touch of a button, really, so you can always reach out to Tackling Minds online or on social.
Yeah, that's it.
Go through those means.
You've got your different social medias that you can get onto them, and it's very easy to access. And they are supporting people, and they are making a difference in people's lives. And that's the main thing. When I came out of rehab in October, to know every week I was going to come down and see Dave and see a couple of friendly faces, it was nice.
Yeah.
It kind of gave me, again, want to come. I've caught one or two little ones. I wanted to catch a bigger one. I wanted to catch more. And I wanted to learn more, because my fishing is more carp based rather than match fishing and stuff. And they were obviously helping me learn how to do that. And now I'm passing that on to my daughters. I've made myself a member of the local water near me. And I've taken both my daughters out already this year. We've done a little bit of fishing together, and we've done things like that. And that's again, it's down to the help that they've given me, but obviously the help I'm doing myself.
Another successful session and another gratified team. The benefits of angling, be it escapism, the social interaction, or just finding nature, are priceless. And David, as we can see here, is a master of what he preaches. Fishing and the great outdoors can bring a wealth of healing to anyone. And if you're in need of guidance or want to show your support, you'd be hard-pressed to find a more heartwarming group of individuals than Tackling Minds. For more information about how you can get involved with this incredible cause, go to www.tacklingminds.org. You'll find all the relevant information about how you can apply to be a volunteer or to donate via text or online.